Hello my lovely sewing friends, I'm Catherine and welcome to my YouTube channel Serenity Sews. I am back today with a bit of an unusual, hay fever, bit of an unusual video, really, because over the past say about 6 weeks I have not felt like sewing, which all of us who've been sewing for any length of time will experience. So I want to talk to you today about that and about how to keep your motivation when sewing is probably the last thing that you want to do. So first of all, I'd like to say thank you to all of you who tune in and listen, make comments, and are really encouraging to me to make more videos. And I'd love to hear from you what kind of things that you're interested in and what I can prepare and plan for you. Also, I'd like to say a huge thank you to all of the sewing community out there, because sewing means the world to me, and I have found in connecting with you a new group of friends that when you get older you don't think that you're going to have. But I have enjoyed so much a community, whether it's virtual or face-to-face. It's so lovely talking to those of you out there who are interested in what I am, which is making my own clothes, making things from a flat piece of fabric into something that I can wear. And on that note, I'd like to tell you what I'm wearing today, which is, you probably can't see very much, the Asha dress from Style Arc. It is made actually in some very inexpensive fabric that I got from the textile centre, mainly just to try the dress out, and I absolutely love it. It's a kind of crepey fabric. I don't know whether you'll see it there, but I really love it, and I found it out this morning and I thought I must wear that more often. So today then, what to do if sewing is the last thing that you feel like doing. And I've been through this over the last few weeks, so I have wanted to do something because I'm creative, but also not get stressed out, because I know that when you sew and you're not feeling it and you kind of force yourself to do it, you will either not enjoy it or make mistakes. And I've certainly done that in the past, and we don't want to waste our fabric, and more important, we don't want to waste our time. So I want to talk to you about how to occupy yourself but still be creative in the sewing genre. So the first thing I want to say is that making anything, of course, is satisfying. Whether you just sit down and colour in one of those lovely kind of adult colouring books you can get from everywhere today. But I remember buying these for my daughter when she was not able to sleep at night, when she was really poorly, but she was wanting to pass the time. So they're a fantastic way of occupying yourself, but not keeping your hands still, if you like. Another thing I want to share with you is that just sometimes a very quick make is all you can bear to do, or if you are unwell or you have limited energy or resources, some of these things can actually just be enough for you to say, cut out a square and do all your prep. And that's absolutely fantastic. I recently made a couple of book pillows for my two great nephew and great niece. They're such lovely little children, and my nephew, their dad, I can remember making little gifts for them when they were younger. So I've got a couple of books here that actually I use every now and again, full of little ideas, some of them more involved than others, but from cushions to a baby robe to all kinds of household, I guess, bits and pieces that are not going to be too demanding. Another book I've got is Homemade Vintage Gifts. And this one has got kind of probably a little bit more involved. Some of them are knitted, some of them are fabric orientated, and some of them are actually things like making little Christmas gifts, which you can actually sit on the sofa and prepare. As you can see, I've got some cut out templates ready to go there. Another book that I've used quite a lot is the Cath Kidson Make book, and there's lots in this one in typically her style, which it kind of goes from something very simple like a napkin to a much more involved make. Where is it? I'm looking for it. She calls it a cowboy skirt, but she, as you can see, has embroidered horses, cactuses, and you name it all around the bottom of the skirt. So those are just a few of the books that I've collected over years. You can get magazines. I think I got this one free in one of my sewing magazines recently. And I like this as it's got very contemporary ideas there. Look, back of a denim jacket, embroidering, your own take on really what your style is, what your fashion is. So some lovely ideas in this one, actually. Even making some kind of, it looks like bunting. I don't know whether they call it that, but for Easter. So those are really pretty too. One of the things that I have done recently is this. I'm going to stand back and show it you. And this was in, I think it was Love Sewing. This is for my nephew's little girl for her birthday, and it's a baby Moses basket, very easy to make, with a detachable cushion to put the doll in and a little coverlet for the baby. So I didn't actually stop there. I'm currently making a little lady doll, and this is the pattern I'm using. I don't know whether I got this free, possibly, yes I did, Sew Magazine, and this is the first time I've used it, so I can't really tell you much about it, but I'm working my way through it. I am going to make her a couple of little outfits to go on this doll. As you can see, work in progress. So little toys, little gifts like that, I think are always not so quick and easy all the time, but are easy to complete whilst you're not stressing too much. I've also made a little dress for the same little girl. Don't be fooled into thinking making children's clothes are quick quick and easy. This is the pattern I used for this little dress, and it is New Look 6042, and I made size 4. As you can see, I made a few changes to this, mainly because I'm not quite sure of the fit, so I wanted to make sure there was enough give in it, and I shortened it considerably because she's quite a little dot for a 4-year-old. So those are just a few kind of ideas about how to occupy your time with achievable, I suppose, not so much like making a garment, but actually making something. Now, the other thing that I've talked about perhaps a little bit before is that I like to do embroidery, and I found a few years ago a website by a Russian embroiderer, and her name is Diane Vingert. I have to say it correctly. Now, she has her own YouTube channel, and she does some stunning embroidery, and you can buy some of her patterns, and she has about 3, I think, that are free. So I downloaded the free one, and this is one of those. So this is a template by which you trace onto your fabric. So you use this kind of stuff, which is gosh, I can't think of what the name is. Anyway, you place that on the top of your fabric, and then you draw around it, and hey presto, there is your template to follow and to embroider. That's the picture you get with it, so you can see there. Yeah. Now, you can see a finished one that I've done, which is almost ready to be completed. And I use a kind of loose linen type fabric because it allows you to do to get the needle through quite easily, but also it has a nice finish on it. As I say, this is perhaps this size hoop is the most common size to use, and if you can see behind me here, that was another free pattern that I got from her website, and this is really pretty. These are lovely gifts for people. I think 2 years ago I spent quite a lot of time, it was about lockdown, I spent a lot of time doing embroidery, and I had enough to give every member of my family one. Even my brother, I did a couple of robins, and I'm not quite sure where I got those patterns. I may even have just made it up myself, and gave everyone one for their Christmas present. Just some more examples for you. This is a kind of dark, well, no, it's a bright green linen fabric that's ready to go. Sometimes that's what I'll do. I'll just trace out and get it ready so that when I'm in the mood to do it, it's not going to take long. That's the kind of fabric that I'll use. Where are we? I also have a couple of books on embroidery. This is more if you want to do it freehand. So this has lots of examples of different flowers that you can trace, and you can put together and design your own almost like finished article. So that is quite a nice book. I've used a few of the flowers in here, But there's lots of suggestions, as you can see from the back there. Also, it's really nice to display them in these are plastic hoops. Now, I'm not a lover of these, but these are useful if you're doing something smaller. These kind of little display hoops are lovely. They kind of bend around the hoop itself, and then you fit it in and hang it on there. I really like these. I sometimes get the bigger ones as they're probably more a display gift, but there's so much kind of joy that you can get from putting something that you've created into a hoop. I back it with felt so that it completely covers. I think I can show you this one. There, it's completely backed, and so that's just a lovely, lovely keepsake or a gift for someone. So I'll leave it there. I think what I would say about losing your sewing motivation is, don't make it hard for yourself. It's actually a pleasure to sew. So to do something when you're not feeling it is really difficult, and I would say just stop the cutting out, because by and large I usually make an error if I'm doing that. How about tidying your sewing room or your sewing space? That sometimes can generate a lot of positive feelings around what you're going to do next. Sort out your fabric. Now for me, gosh, that's an undertaking, and I have to do it every now and again because I know I've got some fabric somewhere but I can't find it. And honestly, one day I'll take you on a tour of where my fabric is and what it looks like. Look through your patterns. That's another way of keeping your motivation up, but not necessarily going through to the next stage, which is cutting it out, making it up, and so on. Colour coordinate your threads. Put them into a place where you can see a range of colours. If you're like me, I like them in their kind of graduated relationship with the other colours. I don't have a wall display. I have mine in one of those office boxes that you can pull a drawer out, and I've got them stacked in there. Another useful thing to do is to colour coordinate your button store. So put them in little plastic bags so that you've got the right colour, the right size, and they're where you need them when you're looking for a particular kind of button for a garment. So there's lots and lots of ideas that sewists have for not actually physically making a garment, but keeping their interest occupied. And of course, the thing that we all do, which is just switch on YouTube and look at what someone else is doing. That whets your appetite, keeps you going, and will, in the end, make it a joy again for you to get back to your love of sewing. So I'm going to leave it there. I am hoping everyone out there is well, that if you enjoyed this, please let me know, give me a thumbs up, and I'll be back soon with a show of some fabric and some ideas that I've got to make, I suppose, a few garments for my holidays, but I no doubt will be wearing them before that. So be kind, enjoy your sewing, and if it's not there at the moment, don't worry about it. It will come back. So until next time, God bless and bye for now.